there?
Yes.
What is your name and who do you represent?
Abu.
Who do you represent?
The universe.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you permission if it's okay that I ask you several questions.
Speak.
Thank you. Is the COVID-19 illness being over-exaggerated?
Yes. It's being worked up beyond what it is. For political reasons. Incidentally, this all leads up to the election.
Is there a cure for COVID-19 and what is it?
There's a reason for the illness. This reason extends beyond humanity. The reason has more to do with the universe that is beyond our understanding than it has to do with humanity. It is real. But fear is more of the damage than the actual virus.
Is that fear something we created, or is that the universe's goal within it?
Humanity has fear for the thing that it does not understand. The media plays off this fear. The fear is exaggerated. The media sells fear. Humanity pays the media with attention. We pay the media for the fear they sell.
Like an ongoing horror movie.
Yes.
Which religion is closest to the truth of the universe?
All of them. They all take bits and pieces of the truth and they mold it into what serves them. It's all the same thing in different interpretations. The interpretations of the universe are many. The universe is beyond understanding. It is beyond interpretation, so our feeble, our measly human attempts at interpretation do not do it justice.
Is there anybody that understands the universe here on Earth now?
The universe is alive within every sentient being on this planet. The universe is not meant to be understood. It is meant to be lived. It is meant to be loved. It is meant to be enjoyed. It is a ride like on a roller coaster. You get in, you strap up, you ride, you enjoy it. So fear has no place in this enjoyment. Enjoy the ride. Do not fear the ride. Fear is what brings humanity down. Fear is what caused people to kill other people that did not understand. Fear is what caused the Englishmen to kill the Indians. Fear is what caused one man to enslave another man. Fear is the root of all evil. Fear. Since the beginning of time, fear has been the currency to which attention was paid. The more payment and attention, the more valuable fear became. You see it now in our everyday, how the fear has value. The fear salesmen are in the streets, they're on the news, they're all around you. And they're selling it to you for your payment and attention. Fear has become so commonplace that we don't even realize it's fear. It's become so obvious that we don't see it. But yet fear is real. Fear is an energy, just as is love. So fear is also your ally. Fear is not entirely bad. Fear will save your life. Fear will guide you in the right direction, but it needs to be tamed. Like a fox in the forest. It is without fear. Because the fox in the forest knows that if it dies in combat, it will rejoin the universe. Its energy will transmute into the grand energy of the universe that we all are. A fox seen in the forest by one person becomes a part of that one person. And they are now one, and they are joined in the energy of that memory of that sighting. That fear is tamed because it's a memory. And one knows they can take action to avoid it. It's the fear that one cannot tame that causes the most fear. That has the most value. The untamed fear that is uncontrollable. That is wielded by another person. To which is paid much attention. That is the most valuable fear. And it is the one that is peddled through the news media. The fear that one cannot control. If they were to tell you that there was a tornado headed your way, and you had an hour to get ready, and you had a storm cellar, you knew that you could hide out in your storm cellar, and yes, you would be afraid, you would have fear. But there would be an element of control over that fear. If the media told you that there was a riot headed your way, there's no controlling these people. There is no controlling, no telling what they're going to do. Now that's an uncontrollable fear that has the most value. And that's what they will peddle. Because fear is a form of control.
Thank you. That was very valuable information. And I appreciate it. Thank you. In many religions, they talk about a Messiah or a second coming of somebody of good that we call Messiah. Will there be another Messiah?
Yes. But in the sense of an evolution of thought. not so much as a single person. Thought will evolve to the point where we all become gods. We are already gods, but we don't see it. We see ourselves as separated by these suits of meat that we wear, when in reality we are the same. We are one and the same. So the Messiah, the second coming, is an evolution of thought that is happening as we speak. It is not the end, but the beginning of this evolution. This evolution never ends, in fact. This is a journey of seeking that is never to be reached. But it's a journey itself that is more valuable than the answer, than the destination. But within this journey you will find the wisdom that will bring us together in peace, in harmony.
Was Hitler Lucifer reincarnated?
No. Hitler was a good man who had ideas that were peddled to him not by one man. He had advisors. So all these ideas weren't just his. He was just, like here we have the president who speaks for his advisors. He had advisors. He had henchmen working for him. He was but a cog in the system, just the most visible of the system. There was an agenda to their actions, and their actions were justified within their narrow perspective. But it's this perspective that we all have that needs to be kept in check. Without check, this perspective can get out of control. Perspective is the one thing that we all have. Despite what happens to us, our perspective of what happens to us is what makes a difference. Your car can be stolen. Your perspective can be, oh, my car was stolen. Or it could be, hey, I gotta buy a new car. Perspective changes the energy around the situation. The situation would be the same, but with varying perspectives, the energy is different.
Okay. Are there evil or bad energies out there that we in this human realm call demons? Do they really exist?
No. 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 Demons are a human creation. Energy is energy. Without good energy, there could be no bad energy. Without bad energy, there can be no good energy. Energy is energy. It's just humans defined particular energy as good, others as bad, as demonic or negative. If humans did not exist, would demons exist? No. So you take out the humans from the equation. That's the formula. If you take out one of the variables, does the demon still exist? The answer is no. Because it's just an energy. That was a human creation. It's just something that we use as humans to understand things. Humanity wants to understand everything. They think that understanding is power. But understanding something, or the thought that you understand something, actually dilutes that something you're trying to understand to the point where it no longer has meaning, where it does not receive the meaning that it merits. It does not. You do not acknowledge its true value by thinking that you understand it, and that's the fault of humanity. In their journey to understand, in their desire to understand, they've done themselves a disservice. Because they do not truly understand what they think that is simple enough to understand.
When and how was Earth created? When was Earth created?
Earth is a rock. It's colonized by energy. This energy manifested into what we call life. When is not important, because in the grand spectrum of energy, time does not exist. Distance, space, time is non-existent in the realm of energy. We focus on time, we focus on understanding when that is meaningless in the grand scheme. But we need to be focused. We need to forget about when. We need to forget about time. We need to focus on our energy. Because this energy, we're worried about things that don't matter. This energy is what you need to focus on, because that's what matters. That's what matters. Not what already passed, but where you are now, and where you're going with your energy. The people would rather focus on the past, on trying to figure out things that don't matter. It already happened. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make you any smarter by thinking you understand something that's beyond understanding. You know, by definition, it actually makes you, well, dumber. So focus on the now with your energy to guide your future. That is what should be more of a prominent question.
Am I part alien, and if I am, from which group?
We are all part alien. All groups are the same group.
So I've heard of maybe different races would be a better way, such as Pleiadians, the gray ones, reptilians. I'm sure there's more that I just cannot recall at this moment.
You are an amalgamation of different races. More of an outcast. Humanity. We are an outcast from the greater races. That's why they do not pay us visit.
Did aliens implant us here?
Yes. We are a rock that was inhabited by energy. Aliens, this life outside our planet, is wiser in the use of energy. They sent their energy to this rock to manifest into life. It's that simple.
Not to sound offensive, but are we too dumb to learn how to use that energy ourselves?
Yes. We're improving. But we'll probably... We're improving. We're improving. The race is improving. It's up to the race whether they want to open their eyes or not. It's right in front of them. So it's up to them whether they want to see it or not. We all have to make a choice. To go left or to go right. Or to stand still. At the moment we're standing still.
Is the answer of moving forward different for everybody, or is it one answer, like, if you're hungry, you eat?
I don't understand your question.
to move forward instead of just standing still, what do we need to do? And is that answer different for everybody?
It's two questions in one.
That's true.
It is different for everybody. Because we're all an amalgamation of the perspectives that we've acquired throughout our lifetime. Twins can be raised under the same household with different perspectives, different understandings of what is and what isn't, different ways of thought.
May I ask you some personal questions about me personally?
Yes.
When will my baby be born?
Soon. Soon. When is not the question you should be asking. Because it doesn't matter.
That's a human thing?
That is a human thing. Enjoy the ride. The more you enjoy it, the better off it's going to be. If you're filled with enjoyment of this roller coaster ride, little Frankie's going to be in far better spirits while he's in the tunnel. If you're anxious about when, well, that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help him because he feels it. It might even make him prolong the whole thing. It might even frighten him. These things don't happen automatically. We do have an element of control over these things. Just gotta let it go. Just gotta let it fly. Let it roll. Remember, it's a roller coaster. Just gotta ride it and enjoy it. So, rather than when, ask yourself, why?
Why will he be born?
Why is he coming into this world?
Yeah, why is he coming into this world?
Because he chose you as a mother. Because he wants to be part of our life experience. He chose me as a father. Because together, in this energy of spirituality that we have between us, we will thrive. Not in the ways of humanity. We'll thrive in the ways of spirituality, which is beyond anything that money can buy. Spirituality will get you as further than money can take you. Spirituality will get you to other worlds, other planets, other dimensions. The ways of humanity will not.
Will the ways of humanity change during our lifetime?
They're changing now as we speak. More and more people are looking within themselves for answers. More and more people are inquiring about what is and what isn't. More and more people are noticing that a lot of negativity on the news. And at first they bought into it. Oh my God, it's all negative. But then after a while, wait a minute, it's still all negative? Really? And they started to figure it out. They started to question things. So the goal of the news, media, to keep everybody in a state of fear, is going to work against them. Because people are going to get to the point where, oh, okay, I'm tired of being in fear. There's got to be something more than just fear. Because they're going to look around themselves. They're not going to see fear everywhere they look. They're going to see love. So how is their love all around them? How is their love all around us? Yet according to the news media, there's nothing but fear on the outside.
So
that ploy, that game is only going to work for so long before people smarten up and figure it out on themselves. You can't tell them this. You got to figure it out by themselves, on their own.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. What is my personal mission here in this particular lifetime?
Your family's been telling you your mission all your life. All your adult life. But you've been fighting it all the way until now. They wanted you to become a mother sooner. Because that's what they thought was your mission. So that's what they made your mission. No, they thought that was your mission because that is your mission. To become a mother. And to have children. And to raise them well. Because not everybody does that. Not everybody gets the opportunity to raise children well. And that's why now your mother says that things are falling into place. Because that mission is being fulfilled. And it's going to start a new journey for everybody. It's going to start a... When you first told me that coming back here to Rhode Island was going to kind of put everybody at ease, that was the beginning of the new journey. Now you're about to have a child. You got married, you're having a child. That is the completion of this journey, of this section, of this side street, if you may. And this is the beginning of a new journey. That has been intended for you since before people understood that you weren't ready for it. See, people put time into these things, and the element of time is that screws us all up. That's why people end up in relationships thinking, "Oh, I gotta have kids before I get old." They screw it all up, and they have kids with the wrong person. They have kids at the wrong time. They try to insert their own element of control instead of just letting it happen. If you didn't force it, it's meant to be. It's going to happen. You did not force it. You allowed it to just be, and it happened naturally. Quickly, intuitively, in a magical way. I'm sure you would agree.
Yes.
So when you don't force it, what is intended to happen is going to happen effortlessly, without trying to force it. If you try to force it, and it's like a stick. You're bending the stick to fit it into this hole, but the stick doesn't bend enough before breaking to fit into the hole. So either the stick, you bend it enough into the point where it breaks, you shove it in the hole, or you just realize you can't fit the stick into the hole, and you put the stick somewhere else. Because that hole wasn't meant for that stick. And wherever you put it, it's going to grow into a wonderful tree. Because that's where it was meant to be. It was meant to be in that hole. You can put it in that hole, broken, and it's not going to grow. It's not going to flourish like it was meant to be. It may go through the motions, but it won't be as naturally, as positively as if it did it where it was meant to be. So you are where you are meant to be. Once these things enter this flow, this period of flow, things are just going to come to you. And it didn't come to you before because it wasn't the right. We were trying to bend the stick and fit into the hole where it wasn't supposed to be. But once it all starts rolling, it's just going to start going. And don't force it because it's going to take on a life of its own. And just go with the flow. And people are afraid of the saying of go with the flow because that's lazy, that's not planning. No, but when you're going with the flow, you're flexible, you're planning as you're flowing. It's not like, whatever, let's just see what happens. You're in there, but you're keeping yourself alive, you're keeping yourself afloat, in the flow. Because we're all meant to be in this flow. Not in a state of panic, not in a state of stagnation. We're meant to be in the flow.
I kind of feel like this. Are you still in trance?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this answered my next question, but I'm going to ask anyway, just in case there's anything else valuable that you can add. In this physical realm, we as humans use physical paper money to trade for goods and services. I want to make a large abundance and continue to have a large income while still being able to be at home and be a mom to my children. How can I do it, and when will it start to come?
You're trying to force it. If you go with the flow, you will just know when the time is right. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. If it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen, but you're still going to be happy. But if it's not meant to be and you're happy, yet you have this anxiety, this stress over this desire to want to make money that you don't have, that's going to ruin your happiness. So that ruins your flow. So just go with the flow. Enjoy the happiness. When you're in this flow of happiness, that's when shit's just going to happen to you. You can't plan for these things. They just happen. And it's not haphazard. It's what's meant to be. But what's meant to be can only manifest when you're in the flow. So my answer to you is get in the flow for the things to happen that are meant to be.
Thank you. That was actually very helpful. How can I better help David?
I'm doing a great job at this. Helping him any further is putting his underwear on for him. He's got to develop. Can't help him too much because he's not going to develop. You're pushing him as you're helping him. Just at the right balance where see, the balance has a lot of leeway, a lot of gray area, a lot of allowance in this balance where you're helping at this level and he's gonna develop from this level up. There's a lot of gray area here because he's gonna match you at whatever level you're at. Now, if you were helping at this level, he can't match you down there. So there's gonna be a gap in his development, but you're beyond that gap. So he's got a lot of leeway to meet you at the point where you're